Hello friends, in today's live session we are going to solve some problems based on class 10th maths part 1, that is the multiple choice questions. So in this session we are going to solve some multiple choice questions which are based on the various topics from maths part 1 class 10th. While solving those questions we are also going to have some basic information regarding that topic. So let's start with the first question. So we have a question, and for that we have four options. We have to choose the correct alternative. The question is to draw the graph of 4x plus 5y is equal to 19. If x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1 is taken, then value of y is dot dot. So four options are 4, 3, 2 or minus 3. So we have to choose the correct alternative among these four. So to solve this, so this is the question from the topic linear equations in two variables. So we are given one question, that is one equation, that is 4x plus 5y, that is equal to 19. So this is the linear equation in two variables x and y. For this equation, value of the one of the variables x is given. So for x is equal to 1, we have to find the value of y. So we have to replace x in this given equation by 1, that is 4 into x, that means 4 into 1 plus 5y as it is, as we have to find the value of y, that is equal to 19. So 4 into 1, that's 4 plus 5y, that is equal to 19. So 5y is equal to 19 plus 4, going to the right hand side it will be minus 4. So 5y is equal to 19 minus 4, that's 15, and y is equal to 15 divided by 5, that is 5 1s are and 5 3s are 5, 5 3s are 15, that means y is equal to 3. So when x is equal to 1 for this equation, y must be 3. So 3 is the second alternative. So the correct answer for this question is option 2. The value of the variable y must be 3. So this is the way by which, if we are given any linear equation, and for that linear equation, if we have value of one of the variables, we can find the value of the other. So this is the multiple choice question that may be asked from the first topic, that is linear equation in two variables. Let's have the second question. For the equation with variables x and y, if dx is equal to 26, dy is equal to minus 39 and d is equal to 13, then what should be x? So this is also the question from the first topic, that is linear equation in two variables, where value of dx, dy and d are given. So as the values of dx, dy and d are given, here to solve this question or to find the value of x, we have to use the Cramer's rule. And we know the Cramer's rule, that is if we have the values of dx, dy and d, that is the determinants, we can find the values of variables x and y. So the formula is, if we have to find x, that is equal to dx divided by d. So this is the formula for x, and if we have to find y, then we have the formula dy divided by d. In this question we are only going to solve the value for x, so we have to use the first formula, that is x is equal to dx divided by d. So value of dx is given, replace dx by 26 divided by d is 13. So if we divide by 13, we get 13 1s are and 13 2s are 26, that is equal to 2. So the value of variable x is 2 for this given particular equation, which has the variables x and y, where dx and dy and d are given. So the correct alternative is 2, which is first alternative. So the answer for this question is first alternative 2, that is the value of x is 2. Suppose in case for the same question, if we are asked to find the y, then we should use the second formula, that is y is equal to dy divided by d, and we can find the answer. Only we should take care of the negative sign. So if value of any of dy or d or dx or d is negative, then we should take care of that to have the correct value. So if minus sign is involved, we have to take care. Okay. Now the next question. So this is the question from the second topic. That's the quadratic equation. Let's have the question. If the root of the given quadratic equation, it should be the roots of given quadratic equation are real and equal, then find the value of k. So the alternatives are 1, minus 1, 2 or minus 2. So for a quadratic equation here, it is given that its roots are real and equal. So we have three possibilities. That is, if roots are in terms of the discriminant, that is delta, there are three possibilities of having the value of delta. That is, either it is equal to 0, or delta is greater than 0, or delta is less than 0. So if delta is equal to 0, the roots are real and equal. If delta is greater than 0, then the roots are real and unequal. And in case of delta less than 0, that means if delta has a negative value, then the roots are not real. So in that case, we cannot find the nature of the root, or they are not real roots. So we have to use this relation about the discriminant for the quadratic equation. Now for this case, it is given that roots are real and equal. So if the roots are real and equal, then we have the first alternative is delta must be equal to 0. Now here, to find the value of k, we must have the discriminant b square minus 4ac. So here I forgot to write the equation. The equation is x square plus 2x plus k is equal to 0. So this is the equation. Now if this is the equation, and if we have to find the value of delta, that is the discriminant, we have to compare this equation with the standard form. And we know the standard form of quadratic equation in two variables, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now if we compare these two, we have the value of, as instead of a we have nothing here, so it must be 1. So value of a is 1, value of b, that's 2, and value of c is k. Once we have the values of a, b and c, we can have the value of the discriminant, that is delta, and the formula is b square minus 4ac. Now in this case, it is given that the roots of this quadratic equation are real and equal. So b square minus 4ac, that is delta, must be equal to 0. Now in this equation, we'll just substitute the values of a, b and c. Value of b, first of all we need b square. So value of b is 2 here. So that's 2 square minus 4 of k. So we should transfer minus 4k to the right hand side, it will be plus 4k. And now we have to find the value of k. So again transfer 4 to the left hand side, it should be 4 divided by 4, that is equal to k. That means 4 divided by 4, that's 1 is equal to k. That is k is equal to 1. So the value of k is 1, which is given for the first alternative. So our answer for this question is 1. That is, the value of k is 1. Okay, so this is the question from the topic quadratic equation. We have another question from the same topic. The question is, what is the value of the discriminant for the quadratic equation x square minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0? Alternatives are minus 16 plus 16, 8 and 4. So here we have both the values 16 and minus 16. So we have to choose the correct alternative. So as the negative sign is involved, we should take care of it. So first of all, we should have the equation, that is x square minus 2x minus 3, that is equal to 0. Now we have to compare this equation with the general form of a quadratic equation in the variable x, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So this is the general form of a quadratic equation. Now if we compare these two, we get the value of a as 1, because the coefficient of x square is not given, that means it must be 1. Instead of b we have 2, but we have 2 along with the negative sign. So we should take the value of b as minus 2 and not 2. If we take here value of b 2, then we may get the wrong answer. So that should be take care of. That is, we have to take the values of a, b and c along with their signs, either positive or negative. And the value of c is minus 3. So once we have the value, we can find the value of the discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac. Now for this question, we have just to find the value of the discriminant and not to decide whether the roots are real or equal or real or unequal, etc. So only we have to find the value of discriminant. So just substitute these values in this formula. B square, that means minus 2 bracket square, minus 4 into a is 1, into c, and c is minus 3. So that is equal to minus 2 square is 4. We know that the negative square of negative number is always positive. Now here we have product of 3 numbers, 4, 1 and minus 3, out of which 2 numbers are negative. So the product of 2 negative numbers is always positive. So the product must be positive. 4 into 1, that's 4, and 4 into 3 again, that's 12. So 4 plus 12, that's 16. So value of b square minus 4ac, that is the discriminant for this equation, is 16, which is given at the option B. So option B is the correct alternative. Let's have the solutions or the roots of that quadratic equation. But at the same time, if we have the roots of any particular equation, from that we can get the equation also. So we have the formula for that. So let's have the question first of all. Which of the following quadratic equations has roots minus 3 and minus 5? So these are the 4 quadratic equations given, which look similar to each other. That is, first is x square minus 8x plus 15 is equal to 0, or x square minus 8x minus 15 is equal to 0, or x square plus 8x plus 15 is equal to 0, or x square plus 8x minus 15 is equal to 0. We have to decide which is the equation among these 4 which has the roots minus 3 and minus 5. So by going with the options, we have one formula by which we can find the quadratic equation if the roots are given, and the formula is x square minus into bracket alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta, that is equal to 0. So this is the formula where alpha and beta are the roots of the equation. So if we have the roots, we can find the equation. To find that equation, only we have to substitute alpha and beta by the given values so that we can get the equation. So here we'll write x square as it is minus into bracket alpha plus beta. Let's call alpha as minus 3 and beta as minus 5, as these are the 2 roots of equation are given. So instead of alpha we should write here minus 3, plus minus will become minus, another root is 5 into x plus alpha into beta, that means minus 3 into minus 5, and that is equal to 0. And having the, without going through the alternatives, we must use this formula to have the. Now the next question is, this is from the topic arithmetic progression, that's AP. Question is, in an AP 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on, the common difference is dotted 8, 6, 2 and minus 2. So only we have to find the common difference. So very basic thing we can do is we have to subtract the, so we can also get the common difference as a negative value also. So that should be also taken into consideration. Okay, the next question, again this is the question from the arithmetic progression. So here the arithmetic progression is given for an AP 5, 12, 19, 26 and so on. What is A? Which is quite obvious. A means the first term. So in this arithmetic progression, the first term is 5. So our answer is 5, which is given at option D. So option D is the correct alternative. We must know for this one only the notations we are going to use for the common difference and the first term. So A is the first term and D is the letter which is used for a common difference. So instead of asking what is the first term or common difference, it may be also asked that find A and D. So we should know A means the first term and D means the common difference. Let's have another question from the same topic. Find T15 for an AP 9, 15, 21, 27 and so on. The four alternatives are 93, 95, 83 and 84. So to find T15, that means we have to find the 15th term for this given AP. So the given AP is 9, 15, 21, 27 and so on. We have to find T15, so we should use here the formula Tn, and the formula is A plus n minus 1 into D. Now here we must have A, N and D to find T15. So T15, 15th term we have, and D is 6. So 9 as it is plus 15 minus 1, that's 14 into 6, that is equal to 9 plus 14 into 6, that's 84. So 84 plus 9, that's 93. So the 15th term for this given AP is 93, which is at alternative 2 is our correct answer. Okay. Let's have the next question, which is from the topic probability. Number of sample points in set A